3 I just listed off. So, I mean, I thought it was a smooth move.
All right, so welcome, everyone, to our second episode of Safety
Wow.
First.
Episode 2, Part B.
Yeah, this is like our 4th attempt. Nobody said podcasting was easy. God. Yeah, a little bit behind the scenes.
Yeah. Behind the scenes would be good.
Only on the premium feed.
Yeah, nothing, nothing incriminating either.
So I'm here with Travis Bennett
That's me.
and Sebastian Zenz.
Well,
That's
hello
him.
there. Oh. Shut up.
Sorry.
You want to try that again?
Yeah, sorry.
No,
You want to step on it again?
Just every time.
Just taking Seabass's thunder. Just taking his moments. All right. Oh, man. Go ahead and introduce.
Friend number 1.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Seabass.
No.
Come on, I don't even know your last name, bro. Come on.
Zens. Z-E-N-S.
It's not a real name.
It's like
It's like
multiple.
Zens.
It's like multiple Buddhas at once.
It's a pretty cool last name, though.
It's because it's Luxembourgish.
Andrew German.
Just rehashing.
Sorry. All right, my bad.
Salt your goddamn fields
I
and
love
find
you,
new
Seabass. I love you. We're good.
And this is Drew McCoy to my left.
Trying to... Wait,
No.
I didn't introduce myself?
He
Never.
did
Did he?
again.
Oh, well,
Yes.
fuck me then.
Actually, this time you didn't.
Fuck it, who gives a shit? I don't
Yeah.
care.
His name's Drew McCoy, like the real McCoy.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So today, we were thinking about talking about whiskey or cocktails or whatever, so... Travis, you ever have whiskey?
Too much whiskey, man. What was the first whiskey you actually tasted?
The first whiskey I
Yeah.
It was, I believe it was Jack Daniels. So
Same here.
I sent my brother into a liquor store to get me a bottle of Captain, which is cool.
Yeah, that's what the first liquor I ever drank
Well, I
was
mean,
Captain.
when you're fucking 17,
15,
that's
13,
what you, I mean, yeah, 13.
12.
Yeah. When you're 1 years old, you send your brother into the liquor store.
You know,
Give me Captain.
I grew up in a different world.
So yeah, I sent him in to get Captain, and he came out with Jack. Obvious mistake, could happen.
But did you like it at the time?
Could happen. I genuinely liked Captain at the time. Now I drink it now. It's fucking way too sweet.
Yeah, I
It's fucking
can't
gross.
drink it at all. Yeah,
Tried Jack. I was like, this is fucking disgusting. You can just have it.
terrible. Yeah,
And
Absolutely.
I still feel the same way about
yeah.
Jack.
No, I completely agree.
Needle hasn't moved on that one.
Well, my first was Southern Comfort.
That's not even whiskey, man.
Oh, it's not?
No.
What is it?
It's whiskey.
It's a
with
cordial.
Stuff.
Southern Comfort's a cordial?
It's whiskey with stuff. Yeah.
Ew.
That's why it's only like
That sucks.
30% or 25%.
I never read the bottle. Yeah.
You should.
So I did.
It's like whiskey is the base, but it's like
Yeah.
like with like blackberries and nuts and what it's like basically
Yeah.
hillbilly
Yeah.
Jägermeister.
Well, yeah. So I started off with that, but my mom drank a lot of like Old Thompson and shit like that. So that's like more or less like the way we went into it. So the first time I tried Jack Daniels, like that was pretty much the last time I tried Jack Daniels. But I had a lot more access to alcohol at a very young age, so I wasn't one of those kids who had to just like take whatever he could get. I had very, very decent bottle. I've been drinking Jameson since I was like 14 years old. Straight up. What about you, Bass?
It was 1840.
Shared some with Louis the Third.
Whiskey I liked, so I just made my own still.
I just got done having sex with my monk.
Oh man, go ahead, Bass. I'm sorry.
So outside of that strange affair, I think I've had
In this
like,
millennium.
We live and we
schnapps and stuff
learn.
that my dad would give me, but I think
Schnapps, that's not bad.
yeah, but it was fucking gross. Because I mean,
Schnapps is bad.
It is bad.
It's bad.
But I mean, which would you prefer to drink, Schnapps or Jack?
Oh, schnapps for sure.
Let him finish his story.
All right, go ahead.
But I only really started drinking, well, I suppose it was 16, 17 when I was over in Germany for a year.
That's fucking cool.
But I mean, it was
It was
still
mainly beer, right? Or did you drink
beer,
a lot?
but also it was a lot of vodka, a lot of bad whiskey, a lot of Jack, unfortunately.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the only whiskey they have over there. Commercially of it, I mean, not anymore.
In
but
Germany,
based like off the shelf. It's not like they have.
they don't
We
like
should-
have any like Scotch or anything.
I think
I
we
mean, they
should.
have
Or
Scotch,
Irish.
but nothing for like, you go to a club. It's not like you can get, a Crown and Coke or a Jack and Coke or a
You
Bullet
just
and
get
Coke.
one of
or
them, like-
you get a Jack and Coke if you
Yeah.
want whiskey and Coke.
Let's go.
But then there was also where I lived. There was a thing called Korn, Korn, which was just
The metal band.
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
as good. Bad.
You drank the metal band corn?
Every single one of them. But no, it was basically because I also lived in sort of like a farming area. It was basically Everclear, but reasonable proof.
Oh, God.
It was just clear distilled grain liquor
Yeah.
at like 80 proof.
fucking moonshine.
Yeah,
It's pretty
but
much.
it was. It's Coke without. It's Jack. It's
It's
Jack
Coke.
Daniels. It's Jack Daniels without the food coloring or the flavoring.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, but the flavor of Jack Daniels is the true issue.
But there's a lot of that.
Absolutely
There's lots of vodka.
Corn is a German colorless distilled beverage
Yeah.
produced from fermented cereal grain.
Cereal grain.
So
huh?
you take some Kellogg's.
Nobody said you were wrong, Stevens.
Yeah, cereal grains.
Would
So
you put your shirt back on, please?
I will, but not my pants.
Pants under protest.
Pants on protest. Pants
What were
off
we talking
protest.
about?
So, what kind of drinks? What was your first actual cocktail?
That I ever drank.
Yeah,
Like real cocktail, not just a mixed drink.
I don't know, like a fucking mojito or something.
was it?
Probably, something like a
Taking a
margarita.
trip down
Or,
memory lane today.
Yeah, no. Well, all these drinking stories just flooded into my mind as soon as we started
You know what I was
talking
saying about?
it.
So
honestly, as far as like real drink, I think like the first like cocktail that there was a recipe for was kamikaze.
Oh, really?
Probably.
Yeah, I think mine was a Mai Tai, but that's because I was making it. And I had to take a straw.
Of course. Decided to make a Mai Tai.
I had no idea. I was working for a Thai restaurant, and
Oh,
I was
okay.
supposed to be a server, and they just said follow the little book, and I was like, okay. So I don't even know if I made it right, but
Humble beginnings to a bartender.
no, I really liked Manhattans when I first made them. Drank that, and then started liking like just other things, and not really liking Manhattans too much anymore. And like you just kind of like move through, like that's why I was asking, because I was thinking about like where I've started with my drinking and where I am now.
So yeah, you typically start off like pretty sweet and flowery and
Yeah.
sugary and colorful and bullshit, and then
Yeah,
if you refine your palate,
Yeah,
you kind of
usually-
wind up in the more booze forward
You
cocktails.
usually go through like I'm gonna drink UV blue to I guess I'm drinking beer now to
Yeah.
let's actually see
Yeah.
what the hell is out there.
There's
Yeah.
an actual. Well, I mean, like when you like see movies and whatever, and like people are like, I'll just have
One pour.
I'll have a Manhattan.
Or- yeah,
It's
that's
like,
like-
or just
Yeah.
even like every James Bond film.
shaken,
Martini shaken, not stirred.
God.
But
even
yeah,
that leaves an impression. It's like,
mean-
well, fuck, what's a martini?
I-
taste like?
so
Wait, did I text both you guys this? The guy this weekend asked for a Manhattan. I was
Yeah,
like,
he
cool.
told me that.
What spirit do you
Oh,
want?
yeah, gin.
It is a gin. I was like, okay, so
hey, you want
martini.
just turn around for me real quick? You see those two big wooden doors? There's somebody outside that knows about to drink. You're asking me. I would have been mad.
Jägermeister.
Yeah, I'll have a Jägermeister Manhattan, please.
Oh my god.
Just like the
Even
fucking
imagine.
asshole came in, 35 years old. Can I get a UV blue and Red Bull? I was like, what? Dude,
Grow up. It's time. It's
Like,
time to grow up.
Oh my God.
bro, you are grown. Like you shouldn't have drank that.
To
in like the
begin with.
last 15
To
years.
begin with.
To begin with.
Yeah. I don't know. I sort of skipped. I mean, it was Luckily, they didn't have UV or any of the colored shit. It was basically you get either Fanta or Coke or just a shot of it, and you get whiskey or vodka or corn
Yeah. Well, I mean,
This is
that's
back in Germany.
in Germany.
That's-
Or you get beer.
Well, and honestly, I've really come to the realization that, like, honestly, either just drinking the liquor straight is just the way to do it. And a couple ice cubes.
It's the most
Don't even
efficient.
bother with the other, like, we don't need all that goddamn filler. And you could just literally pour some whiskey, decent whiskey in a glass, put a couple ice cubes on it, and sip on it. I don't
Yeah.
want all that extra shit in there.
And that's
at
why,
all.
like, the extent of mixed drinks to me now is, vodka, whiskey, soda, or gin and tonic, because it's basically just diluting it more than the couple of ice cubes.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
don't
that's-
even like diluting it.
But
though.
it's like I don't. Yeah.
But then
it's
again, I also drink a beer with my Jameson on the rocks, so I
yeah,
changed
but
my.
it's like, but there are certain cocktails. But then you get like from mixed drinks, because technically mixed drinks are cocktails because it's more than one ingredient. But then you get into cocktails,
How
which
do you
is
feel
like
about that?
What? That
Mixed drinks
mixed
are
drinks are
cocktails?
cocktails? I don't give a shit.
only
think
by
that
technical
that's true
definition,
at all,
absolutely not by any sort of other metric.
You think I'm like some fucking who's sitting there with a protractor and a fucking like.
God.
That's about it all.
But then
Well,
you
sir, actually.
but then you get into cocktails, which
Term cocktail
that's sort
comes
of
from.
like.
Sorry, go ahead.
But then there's all the filler bullshit that actually, builds and complements onto a liquor or spirit that actually, builds into a cocktail.
Yeah.
It's like I would like drinking a good whiskey just as much as I would like drinking a good whiskey in a Manhattan. Obviously, there's a limit to good whiskey alone and good whiskey in a Manhattan.
Well, I
Fucking
mean,
Justin.
but the good
But-
whiskey, like, to really need the fucking bitters in the vermouth at all. Like, why not just drink?
But like I mean, come on. Like sometimes you do, right? Like you never just want.
But then there's
Yeah,
also
I
sort
guess
of like,
sometimes,
but
yeah.
whiskey is also a lot more palatable alone.
Yeah,
than,
that's-
I mean, I'm
yeah,
not going
that's
to
kinda
drink
my
it.
point,
I'm not
though,
going to
is
drink
like,
a gin on the rocks. I'm going to drink it as
And maybe
a martini or a Negroni
maybe
because
I'm just
it because
biased
that
because
adds
I'm a
to it and
bartender
stuff.
myself.
So-
And then there are sort of the brunch cocktails, which is like, Bloody Marys are
I don't like
quintessential.
Bloody Marys.
Corpse Survivor #2, honestly, that was the first cocktail where I sort of everything clicked for me.
Yeah.
It was like,
Or
this
everything
is,
just, like,
I
kinda comes
understand why everything is in this, and this, all of it together tastes amazing.
Yeah, I totally get that. Yeah. Maybe I'm just biased. I don't know. Like, I just really.
And
Like, I
obvious-
see what goes into these cocktails. When I'm at other restaurants now and I read the description, like, you got this, and this cocktail, $12. I'm like, I could
Yeah. And, well,
really
and there's
just,
always,
Jameson on the rocks is going to be
and
great.
it's like a good cocktail, I think, is like, I mean, we're all talking about cocktails where it's base spirit, another secondary spirit, and some sprinklings of another spirit on top.
Basically.
Which is like how it's showcasing, each spirit or the
Yeah.
base spirit. Whereas so many, like sort of you're saying, you look at
like
a
a
menu
fucking Long
and
Island.
basically, well, it's like that's where it's just to get you drunk,
Yeah.
or like the other way where it's like 17 ingredients to make it not taste like booze, and then just pour
That's
some,
true,
and
though.
then just pour some white rum in there,
Yeah.
just to get you drunk. It's not like to appreciate anything about
It's
the drink or the drink
trying to
itself.
mask
It's just
the
a vehicle
taste of alcohol, pretty much.
getting shit faced.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can totally.
And there's a
get
place
that,
for
but-
that on Bourbon Street
Yeah.
and shit. But
But I mean, I mean,
Never again.
oh, that beer was cool though.
Oh God, don't go to Bourbon Street.
no.
No.
I've always wanted to go.
Yeah,
It's
you don't,
fine
you don't,
for the
you don't
experience.
Need to. Yeah, you.
I got a
just,
64-ounce beer. That was pretty neat.
just to say that you did it. Just to say that you got a 64-ounce beer.
I mean, no. I mean, I've always wanted to just go and check the
Or
vibe,
buy
try some food,
or buy some
you
drugs
know.
off the multiple people with coolers just
can-
full of drugs, saying,
Do that in Milwaukee. Just walk down the street.
I mean, yeah, but it's just all condensed. So you've got 5 people on one block, just all being like, I've got weed and other stuff.
You know what you do? You know what you do to those 5 people? You say, well, let me get a tester. I don't know. Somebody else says some shit down the road. I got to see what kind of quality you got.
Or
And
you
I
just
guarantee
walk
you,
by
every
them as
single
if
one
they're
of them will
not
start
there.
giving you free shit.
Are we talking about drugs now?
No, we're not. Sorry, that's my bad. But
Or you just walk past them like they're not there.
no. We got to mingle. we got to talk about some.
That's what the bars are for.
Sorry, I mingle with everybody.
You like to mingle with the drug dealers?
Start with what's up, and it just goes from there.
How's the weather?
So I actually never. Yeah, I mean you're right. Some people don't know how to conversate at all, but it just comes so naturally. To me. Converse, whatever, man.
Conversationalize.
Conversate.
Converse.
Well, that's your white way of saying it. It's conversate.
Just gonna be racist.
That's his card. That's the card he's been playing the whole
That's
time.
how I grew up learning how to
It's
say
not
it.
even a black or a white card. He just pulls out racist whenever he wants to.
It's all good though. You just gotta get on that vibe, man. You gotta be a fan of yourself too.
I was just gonna say on the Travis's great vibe.
Hey man, I'm in a good mood more times than most, so obviously something's working because I look in the mirror, I'm like, what's up, dude?
You're also in the same clothes as yesterday.
Hey, I went and changed into this. I was dressed. I had to get ready for work, okay?
Before I was wearing this, I was nude, sir.
Yeah, I'm sure you changed out of it to change back in about 8 hours ago. So one night I was working dinner service, and there were only 2 tables in the room at the time. There was a 2-top, an older couple, and there was an 8-top of just a rowdy, obnoxious family. Didn't care that the other person was in the room, or the other couple was in the room, or that others were coming later.
Yeah.
And so they had ordered an escargot right away, and I brought it down to them. And the gentleman takes the fork out of the lemon and points to it, and is like, "This is a 2-pronged fork. This is called a toque because of the 2. A 3-pronged fork," and he points to the table, the forks that we have set out on the table. This has 3 prongs. It's called a threek. If you had a 4-pronged fork, that'd be called a fork. Hence fork. I need you to take either of those implements and go to that table over there and stab any one of them in the eye.
Wow.
I love old guys.
That is awesome.
Just sort of stood there. It's just like, did I stutter?
I would like if I was.
Imagine if you actually did it. You know?
Because he followed it
sir.
up with, because if you don't, I will.
Well, then at that point, you can get your own hands
Just
dirty.
stab someone and like, why did you stab me in the eye with a toque?
He told me to.
Right?
The gentleman at the next table requested it, madam. I'm sorry.
Take it up with him.
It's more delicate
Don't
and
shoot the
dainty.
messenger.
Better designed for
I'm just a vehicle for the fork.
Well,
toque.
I kind of would have got upset when he got the fork with the 4 prongs. I'm like, does this
Well, the whole
motherfucker
time I was like, is this a joke?
It's going somewhere.
Well, it's like, and he also paused this, like, as if I was supposed to laugh after. It's like, and a 4 is called a fork, and then he was like, "Go stab somebody with it now."
I was like, damn, bro.
So I went over to the other table, and it was so I'm not going to tell you what was said, but please shut up.
just stop talking.
Bodily harm may or may not be involved. It may or may not include you. I am telling you this, so I am not liable.
That's awesome.
From here on out, I'm going upstairs.
Did
Were
you go
they
tell him
being
to be
rowdy?
quiet? Yeah.
Yeah, I went over and like, you are disrupting and
Yeah.
making other people in this room angry. There
Yeah.
is the only one other table.
Yeah. That's awesome, actually. Though.
I sort of like looked around and then saw that I wasn't kidding, and
And then got the hard stare from the other table
and
too.
then like sort of didn't care that I said anything, and sort of like after a couple like 5-10 minutes, like started getting really loud again. And then the other guy actually did go over there and like yell at them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he just stood at the end of the table. It's like, do you have any fucking idea how rude any of you are being right now?
Yeah.
We're trying to enjoy a nice dinner here. You know, you're paying a lot of money. Do you know how much money we're paying?
Yeah.
Like, shut the fuck up. And so, and just out of just being like aghast that they were yelled at by this guy, that they shut up.
Well, I mean, at some point you have to. I mean, if you're, being told
It
twice.
wasn't even that they were
to
wrong. It
shut
was
up.
like somebody yelled at us. Oh, how dare they?
They pout over there. Just,
Yeah, it just became,
man, I don't want my steak. I'll take it to go. At least my presence will be wanted at home. You sure about that?
No.
That's why you're
I
eating
just
them.
got off the phone with your cat. He said he doesn't like you.
Also,
He was actually.
He said he's hoping that you're not coming home.
also his mom's gay, so
Cats can have bad days too, all right?
They do have a lot of bad days, but yeah.
how?
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't know. You're the cat fan.
Yeah, cats suck.
Wait,
dude.
now we get to do this.
Yeah.
This is exactly what Travis wanted to talk about. Fucking. Did you see the notes? Travis's
Dude,
very own
my
episode.
outline.
Cats versus dogs. All right. Oh, wait.
Why am I casting
we broke it. We broke it. I broke it. Sorry.
All right,
All right. No, it was still recording. Cool.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
a little-
cats
I had a
versus
little
dogs.
I don't want to
outline,
be cast
and I
in
thought
that
I was
role.
trying
I like
to.
both.
Yeah, I just don't like cats.
Yeah, no, you're right, but
Cool.
you're still an idiot.
Do you have those notes?
Yeah, they're over there underneath my
I've
laptop.
got, I have got my notes that I'm sure are
Wow.
not cats versus dogs.
I thought it was a pretty good outline, but apparently I did too much. Okay. So it's the last.
Blind reading.
It's the last
Here we go.
This is me pitching Travis's episode idea. All right. All right. The very top of the page with 2 dog clips on it. Wow, way to go, Travis. You're very organized. The very top of the page, it says "Next Talk."
It's a little
You know,
title of the page.
He's trying. He's trying. All right. And then directly under that, it says "Pets dash beginning dash dogs versus cats."
Notice the
Breaking
dogs
it down.
before cats.
Well, yeah. 'Cause I've been thinking
It's
about
true,
getting
actually.
a
Yeah,
dog.
you always hear cats and dogs. You
Yeah.
never hear dogs and cats.
Clearly
Yeah.
biased.
Bias.
Wow. It's probably true, but keep going.
Anyway, so I guess Travis has tipped his hand. What do you have a dog versus cat?
What? No. What?
Do you like
Ow.
cat? Do you
What do
like
you
cats
want from
more
me?
than dogs?
Cats or dogs?
Which one?
Answer the stupid question.
If you want to say cats, you can say cats. It's okay.
That's
Don't be
entrapment.
afraid.
That's entrapment,
It's
and
a
I won't fall for
judgment-free
it.
zone right here.
Just, you know what? If you're not comfortable
Yeah.
with any of these hardball questions, you don't have to answer them, Seabass.
Skunk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, cats are fine. I
All
like
right,
cats.
Easy
All right.
cats. We're going with cats. That's
DNF.
cats. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you say cats.
I say, is this a questionnaire?
You say cats.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Which directly leads into the next question.
Obviously.
How many is too many? Man, I'm sitting across the table
Come on.
from a brain giant. Oh my god! I just. I'll answer. Okay.
3 of either species.
You know
3.
what? I'll answer that question for you. See,
2.
1 is too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're leading the witness, and you're a dick.
Shut up.
Sorry.
No, you
this
shut up.
is my courtroom. All
You gotta
right.
be
God.
strong enough, man. Stand up for your rights. It's
I
a like a
am
cat.
standing up for my rights.
Very next question.
After the 0 is correct answer.
Yep. Not even a question. Sentence fragment. It's animals on furniture.
Apparently, Travis doesn't allow any
That's a
animals
serious
on the furniture.
problem.
Apparently, Travis doesn't allow any animals on the furniture. I would allow every animal on the furniture. Fuck
Serious
you.
problem, dude. You like rolling around your bed and getting a bunch of you coughing up fur balls in the morning. I mean, that might already happen.
I didn't even have to walk. I just had to be. There.
Have you ever seen the thing where Seabass lifts his leg and he's like starts cleaning himself like a cat? It's fucking weird.
Sorry.
Oh my god, he's doing it right now. Go.
Jesus Christ! Lick your own butthole. God.
Yeah,
I
you
like
wish you
a
could.
tidy house, okay, and I don't feel like cleaning my furniture.
I'm telling you.
all
All
the
right,
time.
fine, fair, whatever. But
Travis just hates animals. Apparently,
I love dogs.
you wants to
dude.
get a dog.
Yeah.
he just won't let it touch anything.
just don't breathe
That's
in
how I
here.
deal with my kids.
You let your kid roll around on the couch.
As long as, barely. Not anymore. Now that he can walk, he can keep his happy ass off my furniture.
All right. Next question. Service dogs. Can anyone have one? People get the
serious
problem
problem.
to have their pet anywhere with a lot of vague punctuation behind it.
Ellipses.
I have no idea what they are. Look at that.
Wow! It just starts writing alien for a second.
It's Roman numerals.
Nobody said
So
I
Travis,
passed
you got a beef
English
against
class.
service animals.
I don't
No,
have a beef against.
he has a-
I was
he has
just
a beef
wondering how you,
against
because
people
honestly, I
I
couldn't.
them for psychiatric or like
No,
mental-
not that. But
No?
like, no, we've had like when I was in my old place, my landlord was talking to me about how somebody like we actually knew, was trying to use that as a way, like basically talking to his doctor to get him this,
A prescription for a dog.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And it's just to have a dog, not like they don't necessarily like really, really, really need it, they're just using it as a way to basically get their way and be able to have their dog wherever and whenever they want, with whether they're allowed to have dogs or not. Because if you bring that to your rental agency, that your doctor said that you can have a dog, that you can apparently have a dog then. So
Yeah.
you know.
I'm for that, honestly.
I'm for it too, but like I was just talking about about people like who like take advantage of it, and
Well, I mean, these are people who have buildings, all right?
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
All right? Like,
I mean, my thing is-
I'm a dog owner, all right?
Yeah.
And I cannot live in whatever, like 70% of housing in this city because I have a dog.
Yeah, absolutely. So like you think it's okay to do that then?
Oh, absolutely.
Honestly,
Of course.
and I'm saying there's only a talking point because I'd probably fucking do it too if I had health insurance. You know what I'm saying? But
What
now
do you need health insurance for?
I don't.
Just
but
don't
apparently
get
the-
sick.
Apparently the
Just
world
don't
thinks
share a
I
glass
do.
with Seabass, all right? You don't need health insurance.
But no, now I can have a pet, so it's not that big of an issue. But like I can have a pet now, and that would solve a lot of your problems if you just went to the fucking doctor and got a doctor's note that says you can have your puppy at home.
Maybe we'll do that.
We'll revisit that.
You shouldn't have to.
Shouldn't have.
You
Yeah,
shouldn't.
Exactly.
You should just pay more
shouldn't
money.
have to.
Just pay for every place. If you charge an extra percentage a month,
So
This is where it gets really good, okay?
I don't necessarily like that.
Where's your microphone?
I don't necessarily like that. I really don't necessarily like that.
In the margin, it says the hot question.
Oh, jeez. Okay. The hot question is.
The hot question. The hot question. What is your favorite possible pet?
Why did you look at me like that? We said white tigers. Where are you at?
Ooh,
Just
I was
technically a cat.
It is a cat.
either
cat.
snow leopard or Iberian lynx.
So yeah,
See?
Cats.
Yeah.
Big
It's a
cats
good
are the
question.
you bougie bitch.
And again, guys, if you guys want to post on here and let us know what your favorite would-be animal
But I
be,
mean, so-
I would appreciate it.
best. Wolves are great, but I feel like there's definitely this like,
As a pet,
no. Well, maybe. Have you seen wolf dogs? Those things are pretty
dude.
cool.
I actually yes.
I mean,
I
just
knew
a-
somebody had a wolf.
Fuck, I would love to get one of those, but you
I
gotta
tried
be
to
able
walk
to
it one
afford
time.
Big
that.
cats, but big cats are fucking majestic.
Yeah, they are pretty majestic.
No, there
It
was
would fuck up your apartment though.
I mean, I would
Oh,
have to have a
absolutely.
good living
I can
space
imagine,
for it. I'm
I can
not just
imagine those Savannah cats that are already.
like they're
you know,
not
like
gonna
this
let
tall.
this 2-bedroom townhouse have a fucking Siberian tiger in
Oh,
here.
yeah,
as
I've got a
pet.
chihuahua, a couple birds, a fish, a tiger.
You want some coffee? Just put it on a fresh pot. Don't come in.
That's the tiger
Do not
seat.
come in.
I wouldn't sit there. If I were
Roberto is still very much anti-human.
you. God, see, these are valid points, man.
All right. The
I see a Shane. He's totally a Shane.
the second hot question.
Second thought. Shoot.
What is your spirit animal?
I would say a wolf. I'm a wolf.
That's something that I can't answer for myself because I can't see myself.
It's what you think of yourself.
I
3-toed sloth.
God, I fucking wish. I don't know.
You want to get up to that level? A sea turtle.
Me? No. Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I'm
Sea turtle?
thinking.
You're
sea
like-
turtle.
you're
You're
always-
just thinking of Finding Nemo.
You're always chewing on the plastic
I-
rings of the beer container.
I was getting straws stuck up my nose.
Yeah. Well,
What if somebody said your spirit
Okay,
animal?
shut up. Shut up. I didn't mean that to be as bad as it was.
It happened either way.
Travis is also...
I saw him with a straw in his nose, and I knew his spirit animal is a sea turtle.
Oh man.
I'm going to go and say red panda.
Oh, it's such. What if somebody said a llama?
I've always been some sort of excessively furry thing, so it wouldn't be out of line.
That's fair.
I have been called a koala, a teddy bear, a puppy dog.
Well, I'll go with a sea turtle.
It's fair. I have a hard shell on the outside, but I'm a fair delicacy on the inside.
Okay, yeah. That's exactly what that
I like how
means.
seriously you guys are taking this.
It's a
dog.
conversation, okay? We're learning things about each other, all right?
Great Dane.
A Dane?
No.
What do you think of my spirit animal?
Let me think here. Let me think. A jaguar.
He gets jaguar, I get sea turtle.
Being honest, all right?
Can I at least be an owl or something?
You know what? You know what? He's absolutely right though, because sea turtles live for about 130 years.
It just keeps coming back to it. You're immortal, bro.
Just make me a goddamn cedar tree then, why don't you?
Spirit animal is a tree.
Yeah.
Your spirit animal would be a tree.
Yeah, probably. Just go through
What's your spirit?
generation.
I'm a California redwood.
Fuck yeah, I'm a California redwood.
He's a birch. He's a
In
total
that,
birch.
in that you can drive right through me.
I am far less.
You can punch a birch down.
I was going to yell at Travis, and then I heard what you said.
Oh yeah, it was insults from both. It was insults in stereo.
I thought a tree might work out better. No, fuck you. Sea turtle's the way to go, apparently. Fuck you, I'm taking that shot without you guys. I'm
Wait,
feeling so unsafe right now.
Safety first, guys.
So, apparently not.
yeah.
Mr. Jaguar and apparently, what the fuck were you again?
I don't know. I like a wolf, but
He's self-claimed wolf, but
I don't know. What do you think?
You're the sloth.
yeah,
The three-toed
Or
I think he's like a little bunny rabbit. Honestly,
he's a bear between the months of November and February.
no.
but not the other months.
I think you're a little fluffy white bunny.
What?
Yeah.
Why? How?
No,
Because you're so warm and cuddly.
he's a marmot.
A marmot? We're not going back.
We're
down
not
this
going
hole.
back to that.
Damn it!
Sorry.
It's a lemming.
Okay, so yeah, so that was supposed to be the beginning of the talk, which we actually talked about.
We did it.
Yeah,
We did it.
You know, see, worked out very well.
All right.
We're
Yeah,
All right.
it
So,
would be cool to be an owl though.
Should we talk about like what we actually plan to talk about today?
That's what we should do.
Something slightly on topic.
Something, yes.
Let's do that. Let's talk
So
about
because
the
this went so
restaurant.
well last weekend, there was a guy who did a racism, and I wanted to shine a light on it. Okay, can you finish your chocolate and can you get off your phone? Jesus fucking Christ. So, have you heard about what's going on at Founders?
No,
No.
but he's a black guy, so let's figure it out.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah.
So Tracy Evans filed a lawsuit, said that he was held to a higher standard and called racial slurs while at work.
Really?
Really? And it
Tracy's the black guy.
was, yes.
Okay.
The one who filed the lawsuit.
Okay.
And
Do we have specifics on the story?
yeah, we do. So it was the lawsuit was filed like a year ago. It was like last October or something like that. But it just made like national headlines because the transcript of like the interview with the manager was just published, and people are saying like, "Wow, this guy's a fucking idiot."
Wow.
In that the manager said that he didn't know that Tracy was African American and that he doesn't see color. And also, he also said, he's like, yeah, I didn't know Obama was black too. He's just immune to seeing race.
Just die with the
And
lie.
so, the very premise of an employee filing a lawsuit for under racial, a precedent precludes him because
He's
he's
absurd because that's
He doesn't see
there isn't
color.
any race to be judged upon.
because he doesn't see color.
So what was actually said to this young
They don't.
gentleman?
I don't have specifics on that, but I'm sure you can imagine.
I mean, yeah. What was it? I just want to see some context behind it. But yeah, what the manager said was just asinine.
Yeah.
It was,
What they did do, amidst this lawsuit, is that they hired a woman, another African American woman named Gracie Harkema, and they gave her the title of the Diversity and Inclusion Director. And amidst this lawsuit, so they hired her and she resigned because of the whole ordeal, and she was the first and only one
so she was
with this title.
she was like some type of like liaison of some
It was like
sort.
no, it was like a scapegoat. Like it was like a get out of racism free card, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's like no, like we
It's
had
like, look, we're taking steps to address this.
yeah.
And then she quit. And
Yeah.
then it's just like, hey, yeah. What if she got paid for it?
I mean, she presumably got paid to do her job, but
I'd be like,
Whatever
"Man, let me
exact
get-
job that
yeah,
is.
Let me get 500.
Probably remains to be seen.
I'll come in for one day. Yeah, let me get be a token black guy for a day.
you would do that.
No, I wouldn't even count as a token black guy.
$500,000. That's it.
But yeah, no. I'm only half black, so I can't be the token black guy.
Beat half of the token black guy.
I like to consider myself just exotic.
Amazon you.
just black and white, just exotic. But I don't know. I came into a racial situation while doing a private party, and it seemed like everybody else in the fucking building was mad except for me. So that's why it's like hard for me to like really like get behind a lot of like the big deals being made of things. But this guy's probably 57, 60 years old, something like that. In my mind, was having like a midlife crisis, and his wife was up talking to me, and we were laughing, having fun, and he came up and he was just acting real, like chest pumped up. I'm still a young stallion man, and just started talking like I said, he's like, I don't want to offend you or anything, and I was like, there's pretty much nothing that you can tell me that would offend me. And then he kind of said, all right, well, challenge accepted. So then he comes up to me in front of a bunch of people and he's like, hey, you want to show me a handshake? Like, yeah, like, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get shot or anything. So just show me one that's not going to get me killed. And I was just like, whatever.
That you can use with your black friends, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because he said, you're black, aren't you? And I'm like, half black. I mean, thanks for picking that up. But those people say Hispanic.
So in a way, that guy, that fucking awful racist guy, is smarter than the fucking CEO of Founders.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, absolutely.
He sees color.
Yeah, totally.
I see you for your color.
Whoa. Safety, guys. Safety. Thank you.
We're sipping.
Oh, jeez. Safety.
Sip, Seabass.
Okay.
So anyway, it kept on going, and I think we were, I saw it for what it was. He was just pretty much going through a midlife crisis. Like, I felt bad for him. He'd be sitting up there, and he's like, "Man, I just want to hit you," and I'm like,
He really said that?
Yeah, I was like, get in line, bro. I was like,
just for talking to his wife, or just
no.
Just for living.
He was just in that like drunken state, like where he's having like a dilemma in his mind with something, and nobody else picks up on it and knows what the fuck he's talking about. But I understood what he was going through, and he was like, "Yeah, I just want to hit you, man." I was like, "Dude, you can get in line." I was like, "I wear a fedora, so." There's plenty of people who probably want to hit me. Dude. I was like, if you think I care, like that's another issue. But then he'd even proceed to say, like, we go in the alley in the back, and he'd be like, no, you'd probably fuck me up. Yeah, but and then he was like, yeah, it'd probably take you about 30 seconds. I was like,
wait, hold on.
Yeah.
You told the customer that like we could step outside.
No, he told me that, and then proceeded
okay.
to admit that I'd fuck him up, and then I was like, yeah, I would.
So
and
he
then,
was just going through some stuff.
He was going through some shit. Then he was like, he was like, it'd probably take you about 30 seconds. I was like, in your current state, about 2, but whatever makes you feel better, And it just kept on going on. And one of the servers went by him and asked him for something, and she's actually of a color mixture too, of a different race. I don't think she's black, but of a different whatever. But anyway, he said, "Don't let the bartender get it because he's black," to her, and then she kind of flipped shit, but nobody else once again knew about like what was going on, So everybody at his party just thought he was just like being some absurd racist asshole, which he pretty much was. Yeah, he pretty much was. But like, I also had the capability of seeing it for what it was, and being able to understand it wasn't that big of a deal, and there were bigger issues going on there than him being this, big racist asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, I had that opportunity to make that decision. Yeah, I could have made a fucking big deal out of it, and this is preposterous. He just called me black. I mean, I could have said all of that, but
Okay. That's one isolated incident.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, that's true. But I guess my point is you never really kind of know like what's going on with that person who's lashing out, like, and sometimes we as a people could actually do a little bit more of trying to figure out what's going on.
He tried to take a personal day to talk to Human Resources about precisely what he eventually filed a lawsuit for. It doesn't look good by any means. I think the lawsuit has, obviously if we don't know what was said and we don't know what type of I mean, if he was a manager at both locations, I mean, it was like, how widespread was it? Like, who was saying it? Like, how far up did it go? Was it employees under him being an asshole to him? Was it people higher up being more systemically racist to him? I mean, with the manager, it sounds like it could be either, or more so higher up, but I mean, definitely at least the firing falls under shady circumstances, and
Yeah.
the hiring of somebody specifically to relate with racial concerns thereafter, immediately after the lawsuit was filed,
Totally trying to play the
sort
media.
of compounds on that, image of, oh fuck, what are we doing?
Yeah,
What are we going to do?
that's fair. Should have just left that situation alone.
Or not have been a racist asshole.
They got themselves a mess right now.
Oh man, shouldn't have been racist towards him.
You live and you learn, man. I mean, Jesus. So let me get this straight. Like the guy in the hat, that was the manager.
Yeah,
That was the guy who was
the
fired.
person who filed.
And who filed the complaint, and then the CEO said that I don't see color.
He
It
operated
was. I don't know
as-
if it was a CEO. I can't say
Okay.
CEO.
Who
It was.
said
It
that
was.
I don't see color?
It was whatever his direct supervisor was.
Okay.
This guy Dominic Ryan.
So
Okay.
general manager, regional manager.
So Tracy
something like
was
that.
the manager, though.
Tracy was a
So-
manager
And that was the guy
at
with
both
the
of their
cool hat,
locations.
yeah.
Grand
And,
Rapids and
yeah.
Detroit.
Okay.
And so that's why it sort of brings up also, it's like if it's
why
racial.
you don't like
that's sort of
Michigan.
like if it's something of like
The worst state,
This is terrible. I tell my girlfriend that every day. It's like, you just,
Okay,
just
okay.
be glad you made it out.
Tangent.
Sorry. But no, I mean, so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of weird shit going on there with like the people at the top. It sounds like a lot of impulsive behavior and covering your ass, and then impulsive behavior, and then covering your ass.
Yeah, so they fired him because he raised the complaint,
Yep.
but they justified it by saying he had poor performance at work.
Yeah, but they also promoted him too. He was also manager
promoted
of
to
two restaurants.
manager,
Yeah,
and worked at
exactly.
both of their locations.
And enough to go.
That's
between
actually
Grand Rapids
that's
and
actually more like a
Detroit.
regional manager. Like
Yeah.
actually, it's a high ass position for the restaurant industry.
So to say the least, they're full of shit.
oh yeah, absolutely,
and
100%.
ridiculous pieces of shit.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, all they had to do is just stand behind their employee, the one that they've promoted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that runs into to be a problem in a lot of restaurants, And when you're just left out to hang and dry, like I was a manager and I was put to the mercy of the line cooks underneath me. And it was just basically I wasn't doing enough for them as their job. You know what I'm saying? Like I just, like I was more making sure that they could do their job, which I thought that was my job, but because I didn't do it in the way that they liked it, I got shit canned for it, But that was 100% the people who promoted me not standing behind the fucking person that they, that they put time, energy, and invested in. You know what I'm saying? And that's just another. They should have. That definitely should have been one of those where they should have took a stance behind their fucking manager.
Yeah.
Because why? Why is he that high up in you can't like have him that high up in your little regime there and then turn around and say that his work was subpar, because that just shows that maybe you're a subpar judge of talent then. Maybe you just suck as a person then, and you shouldn't be running a company like this.
So the case has been resolved. There is a non-disclosure agreement, so we don't know exactly how much money was paid to this person. But the man got paid.
Yeah, he had to.
Yeah.
That's great. That's awesome. I don't know. I mean,
Everybody's got a price.
well, I mean, because they fired him. He had,
Well, I mean,
you
yeah,
had
they-
to give him some type of severance.
Some-
package
some-
At the
or something
very
like
least.
that.
Some recompense.
But I'm
Yeah.
sure that they would have spent a whole lot more had he carried and carried it through the lawsuit.
Well,
he
because-
Well,
would
I
have,
mean, there's no guarantees with that.
Well,
and he would have spent a lot more as well.
Also,
well,
that.
yeah, but at the same time, like he could have done. I mean, there could have been a lot more damage done to that company. through
Oh,
that
for sure.
incident, You know, so that's like one of those you want to give
is
him a
why.
severance package, pay him a little extra to shut the fuck up.
So, well, I mean,
let's move on.
Founders is apparent. I didn't know this. I didn't know this until this story. But apparently, Founders is the largest brewery in Michigan.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah, they're making money.
Larger than Bell's. Interesting.
yeah. Which Bell's actually makes good beer.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's okay.
to all our Michigan fans, don't drink Founders. Drink Bell's. Drink Dark Horse. Don't drink Founders. They make shit beer and are racist.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, I got something.
Okay.
Okay. So. So in summary,
In summary, Founder sucks.
don't do racism
Yeah.
and don't drink Founders.
Man, stick up for your peoples too, man. Like Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
you know,
like,
okay. I guess that's the real thing. Like, if you're an employer, don't be a pussy.
Yeah,
all right.
dude, like come on. It's almost 2020.
Like,
if somebody's being a dick to
more
your
than that.
employee, like the customer's only right to an extent. You know, if their food's not,
even-
the way
not
it's
even
supposed
the
to be,
customer,
like
all right?
yeah. Well, I guess we don't have any details, but yeah, I mean,
But it's like for a company like that, it's like it's been proven, especially like a case like this, it's been proven time and time again that the easy way out always ends shitty.
well, but like also it's seeming like
that's
there's
a bit of
there's
an
a
extrapolation,
it's
Yeah.
seeming
but-
like there's a
Yeah.
shelf life for employees too, as far as like how much people care.
But the fact that
about
that's
them.
most,
Like,
but the fact
It's
that
it's kind of like an old timey concept.
it's yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, I don't get it. Like, you know, like, I mean, when you promote people like that, like, they're supposed to be part of, like, your little squad.
Like the yeah,
your crew,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, and, you know, you can't, you know, you have to protect your own. They've been fighting for your punk ass for the last, 10 years. They've given you however many fucking
Except the
years
problem
of
is-
their life,
Yeah.
blood, sweat, and tears.
Well, the problem is, like
and then
Drew
all of a
said-
sudden you just get hung out to dry, like, and just also just acquitted. Like, here you go, you're fired. Like,
well, if
like,
they're the
what?
largest, like you said, but there's a line when it stops becoming family and you become an employee and expendable. They like he said, they're the largest brewery in Michigan. They have two, I can imagine, enormous tap rooms.
Yeah, but they also had a
Whoever
pretty
knows
good
how many like
reputation up until
actual
this point
breweries
as
they
well.
have other than that. It's like it's a massive operation. At some point, it becomes more of a franchise and a corporation and
Well, yeah,
sort of the not so much a family. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but there's
I
somebody.
mean, I
like you.
understand that, but we're still talking.
It's still a
like,
shitty. It's still
You know,
a
even
shitty thing.
corporations. That's why you have those different levels of managers and stuff like that. It's just like how expendable you are the higher you go up in the restaurant industry. And it really shouldn't be like that. Like if you go out into the professional world, the
It's true.
higher
There's
you
a
go,
lot- yeah, I mean,
the higher you go up in the professional
turnover at
world,
the top.
it's absurd.
Yep.
It is absurd because they think that hey, anybody underneath them will bite at the
Well,
chance.
I mean, it's because like there are like the owners, you know, like the people who make the money, and then directly under them are the people who do literally all the fucking work.
yeah, exactly.
And it's like
Yeah.
if you're not making me enough money or you're doing it in the wrong way,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut you out.
Or
And that's
it's just,
crazy.
holy shit! I'm doing too much work.
Yeah,
I need to do something else.
yeah. And the restaurants are crazy though because I mean those employees can make or break a fucking restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like those ones who fight for you, fight for your little fight for your money, basically. You
Yep.
know, like they can help you out in ways as far as having a customer base where people fucking like them. They like their customer service. They like everything about them. You know, he's there helping, making sure also that the employees underneath him are cool with working here and working for you. I mean, the place where I work, it breaks people after a certain amount
Yep.
of time.
Yep.
Like it breaks them. Like I've seen multiple people sitting in the back
So
crying.
for new
Like-
people, they have to see success stories.
Yes. Yeah.
Like they have to see, like employees who have made it work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, ultimately, yeah, they have to see lifers there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about lifers.
Well, not lifers,
no,
but people who are like,
But like people who are like who are happy at work, like
Happy. I've been here for several years.
2, 3,
I will
4,
be a
5 years.
positive
Yeah.
influence on this place in the duration I'm here. Do I want to spend the rest of my life here? No. But can I spend 3 to 5 years? You know what kind of customer
It's-
base somebody
it's a
can build
good
up
job.
over 3 to 5 years? You know,
Yeah.
like God. Oh, you're completely right.
You're a fucking ass. All right.
Awesome.
So we tried to talk about this last week, and it didn't really pan out.
Which one?
So this was our thing about Yelp. All right, this was like the cherry on the sundae.
Okay.
But like we, kind of skipped the main course on that one. It's just fine because fuck Yelp.
That's true.
So came across this one day. This is from a Yelper named Spike H, who
His name's Kyle.
what?
His real name's probably Kyle.
I mean, maybe, but like he's definitely some, Gen X fucker who never got to be a comedian.
That's awesome.
Anyway, Spike H is a auteur of Yelp, and he just tears fucking places up.
Really?
Yeah,
tears new assholes everywhere.
yeah. So, actually, you know what, Seabass? I think I'm gonna have you do this. How about you? Do you want to read this?
Seabass.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go on, get it, boy.
All right. So this is
In the driver's seat.
a Yelp review of the Sylvie, which is a venue in town that just opened up.
The Sylvie, 2 stars. I've avoided the Sylvie to this point because the booking by Live Nation has been atrocious. Greta Van Fleet may just be the worst band on earth right now, and that's because that's their idea of a great show. And because I was not sure the city actually did need a venue this size. Considering that a venue this size is what it took to bring in one of my all-time favorites, Bad Religion, I can exceed the latter point. Okay. The venue looks slick and commercial on the outside, like something just off Broadway with a lot of glass and neon. It's quite unappealing overall from the exterior, plunked down in what was once an industrial area that was home to many homeless who made their homes in cars.
God damn.
Fuck his asshole. The entire area.
He's mad at the Sylvie
Yeah, he's just
for the retail space that it used to be.
yeah.
For the non-retail industrial space full of homeless that it used to be, how dare they fucking gentrify it?
And they took
but clearly
homeless
not a
homes
fan
away.
of what was there before. It's fairly appealing to those who like dark punk clubs, but a bit too large to fit that aesthetic properly. The booking has been awful since it opened, and the prices for drinks are so outrageous that I'm absolutely sure I will never spend a penny inside the place for anything. And I've heard that one is not allowed to exit and re-enter, so grabbing a cheaper drink between sets is a no-go, a policy that borders on fascist.
Holy shit.
What pisses me off is that the dude thinks he knows how to use quotations or grammar, but he
my
uses a
parentheses
parentheses in every single paragraph to state another idea as though it weren't just part of the fucking paragraph. It's like, this is my analysis. It's groundbreaking, but I'm not going to tell everybody. That's why it's in parentheses. I fucking hate this asshole. The joint
I think is amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
The joint has also been rumored to have been meticulously designed for sound, but the sound was absolutely abysmal the night I attended said Bad Religion show. His favorite band, by the way.
So
the first
we've
problem
covered-
is that even for punk rock, they are generating very dangerous decibel levels. Why aren't there laws about such things?
Did he have a
Again,
meter in his
parentheses.
pocket?
It quite easily exceeded 125 decibels,
Oh, wow,
and
he
was
went
actually
there.
among the loudest shows I've ever attended.
That's
So I'm
hilarious.
thinking it was closer to 140 or 150.
Wow.
So, like-
This was almost 75 decibels above the safe range for human beings, and this punk rocker felt assaulted. Felt assaulted.
All right, I'm with you. I like this guy.
He self-identifies as a punk rocker.
Bad Religion is his favorite band. Clearly, he's got
dude,
married.
he put like legitimate decibels out there too.
Like,
It's
What do you, so
so serious.
That means that he is okay with normal background noise level music, but can't stand to be anywhere close to like 100 yards in front of an amp.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, dude, honestly,
So
he was probably in
he
the front
he
row.
continues about the high decibel levels.
Oh,
The true
come on.
problem with the high decibel levels, and I have no way of knowing whether the band provided a sound man or the club, but the mix was a complete horror show. The bass was practically non-existent. The two guitars and drums so overwhelmed everything else that it was almost impossible to understand band members speaking between numbers. The lyrics, despite the fact that most songs were sing-along anthems well known to fans, were indecipherable due to the vocals being so deeply buried in the mix.
Wow.
I didn't know Bad Religion made sing-along anthems as their anything du jour.
Wow. this monster's from 2000.
Wow.
All right, Kyle. In all caps,
That was a Kyle back.
I'm bringing Kyle back. Yeah.
The decibel levels were just
Anyway,
nobody even looked
He
at
continues in all caps. Any sound guy who doesn't realize that the bass is the most important part of music, proven by neurological studies, mind you.
him. Did he list those?
Wait, yeah.
No, absolutely fucking.
Are there is there a
all he does, all he says,
citation?
all he says is no, absolutely
If you're
not.
gonna cite,
it's
you
one of
know,
those.
you
It's
gotta-
one of those. He puts the
In parentheses.
no, he puts the hyphens in as to sort of like with the parentheses make it like his own analysis or like inclusion into whatever review this is. Sort of like this is the base like of what everybody knows, but this is what I know.
So this guy's being like 100% that honest. He's
Yeah, like, seriously.
He is entirely
He's not just being a
serious.
dick.
No,
Like,
like-
I mean, this isn't like some made up
No, hold on.
parody of him.
I haven't even read it. There are so many numbers in this paragraph. Hold on. So, any sound guy
Yeah,
who
Travis,
doesn't
shut the fuck up.
any sound guy who doesn't realize that the bass is the most important part of music, proven by neurological studies, is not just an idiot, but a tone deaf idiot. Even if they had scaled back to a reasonable 100 decibels, the mix was something like 5% vocals, 5% bass, and 90% guitars and drums. A good sound man would turn that into 35% bass, 25% vocals, 15% for each guitar, and 10% for drums,
I resent
which are the loudest even without amplification. It was kind of fun because the space is large and there are...
See his genuinely hand on the hip right now.
I am assuming Spike H.
You really are. You're doing a great job.
Are you seeing like a finger too? Like,
like-
are you seeing like?
He's not feeling it right now.
God.
So yeah, all right.
I mean, he went home and wrote a fucking essay on this shit. Dude.
with every
There-
entry.
There are dozens of these
Holy
reviews.
shit!
They are all...
We will be back.
Oh,
This is-
For sure, we're going to be back.
And the best part, it's a surprise, a pleasant surprise that this is 2 stars.
2 star. He gave him 2 stars.
He gave him 2 stars after all this. Imagine
yeah.
what he gives. Anyway,
Continue.
so
Yeah.
it was kind of fun because the space is large and there are never bad sight lines, and because I knew all the music so intimately well. Though 25% of songs I didn't know were
Intimately.
completely lost on me, sounding
25%.
atonal and empty because of the horrible mix.
Wow.
It's one of the worst venues in the city and is associated with a monopolistic set of booking agencies with no taste.
Are you Spike Age?
He's
You
he's channeling right now.
I would also add that one of the least trustworthy, most dishonest, and dangerous people I know is among the security staff
Oh,
and has been
He's
in the
a
employ
felon.
of Frank Productions for some 11 years now. Again, in parentheses. I didn't interact with any other staff at the bar or ticket office, but I'm always skeptical of places who make such poor hiring decisions for such important positions.
Oh.
So he talked to the one guy. This guy is definitely one who would abuse power and use violence toward others, and there is no place for that in life.
did he see that in his crystal ball?
I probably won't be back because my tastes are so different, but I do hope that if I return that the place is at a reasonable volume level and with a good mix. Life's too short to waste on tone-deaf sound men who want to wipe away their pain with booze, drugs, and dangerous decibel levels of volume. And anyone who says to wear earplugs is an idiot and an asshole, as those reduce one's hearing range and dulls the high end, as well as reducing volume. The club should reduce the volume, not each individual patron.
Wow.
End review.
Wow. Did he say end review?
No, that was
Okay, all right.
Two stars.
Wow.
Some editorial note.
Jesus Christ. That's on Yelp,
one
huh?
person thought it was useful.
Just one.
You can have the captain's chair back.
That was his mom.
Just the one.
You can actually click on it. You can actually click on it and see who it is.
That is crazy.
What if it was Spike Age?
How long did he,
Oh, wait, no. Oh, fuck.
what's the name?
We just voted
Spike
it's useful.
Gates' mom.
So, yeah, I just clicked it, and it said that I, too, found that review useful. But what he left out is it says that 3 people found it funny. This shitty fucking website has a funny review button.
Did you notice that
Fucking
we're talking
ridiculous.
about 4 people that read that review?
Oh, it's way more than that for sure.
Okay,
Many
so-
more people have read that review.
Oh, man.
But just
I know 4 personally.
but did you know that by neurological studies,
Okay.
God damn. That's
I
crazy. That is so. Somebody put that up there, and then somebody proceeded to respond to that and
Yeah.
say, "I too agree with this man." It's like when,
you know what? Thank you. I will not be going to the
like
Sylvie
when they're
because of you.
the Boston Tea Party. I agree.
The Boston Tea Party.
I don't know. I'm sure they had an argument about it at some point. And somebody said, "I agree with this man."
I 100% want to talk about the Boston Tea Party at some point.
Okay, it's just not today.
Okay, fine, fuck it. All right. Because, all right, they teach that as like I remember in 5th grade, they're like, oh yeah, a bunch of patriots got together. They were at the Green Dragon Cafe in Southie. And they were like, you know what? Fuck the British. We're going to throw their tea in the ocean. But when you think about that as an adult, you're like, yeah, this was totally just a bunch of drunk 24-year-olds.
Assholes.
Like, yeah,
We can't have tea. Nobody can.
like they were fucking shithouse, and they were just like,
Yeah.
you know what? Fuck the British. I'm going to throw their tea in the ocean.
Let's all dress up as Native Americans and go throw tea in the ocean.
Yeah, no, it's like it's a foundational memory for
That's true.
history education. Like, oh yeah, everybody remembers the Boston Tea Party. But
Drunk moment.
But like when you think about it,
bunch
like
of assholes.
they totally my fucking idiot so that was Spike Age, everybody.
Keep fighting the good
You're
fight, man.
welcome.
Yeah, no, keep fighting the good fight. All right. If you have racist coworkers and you have a racist boss, sue your company.
That pretty much works
You'll
out
get
anyway.
paid at the very least.
Yeah, well,
And-
at least shine a light on it.
Yeah, companies just stop being a dick. Stand up behind your peoples a little bit more.
Be better.
Yeah.
Be better.
The motherfuckers are on the front
Same
line
could be
for
said
you.
for every one of us. Just
Yeah.
be fucking
Hey.
better.
Get money. Better days.
All right. That's the episode. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.